Okay, welcome back to Change Your Mind and Improve Your Life. This week we're going to be talking about how to become more successful. And in fact, we're going to be focusing on this topic right here. We're going to be talking about a compass that can be found right inside of your mind. We're going to be able to change our mind and improve our life by changing the direction that we're going in life. We're going to be taking a closer look at goals, standards, values, vocabulary, and even habits. Okay? If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Also, click on the notification bell so that we can send you updates every time that we add content to the internet. Okay, welcome back to Change Your Mind and Improve Your Life. Today we're going to be talking about life direction and success. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and maybe this will sound familiar and maybe it won't. Let's see what happens. Why is my life not going in the direction I want it to? Why have I not been able to achieve my goals? How can I fix my life? Okay, so maybe this sounds familiar. Okay, I work really hard, I set goals, but for some reason, I never get to achieve them. Okay, I think this is a common thing that happens with a lot of people. They work hard towards their goals, but for some reason, they always come up short. Okay, so each of us possess an internal directional compass, which we follow. Much like a regular compass that you would see that you can buy from the store. You know, think about it. What does the needle do? The needle points directionally towards magnetic north. Within each of us, we actually have a directional compass that we follow. Okay, and today we're going to go over this internal compass. And the question is not whether or not we have one. The question is rather, who built it? Did you build your own directional compass, or did you acquire it through people who surround you? So if we take a closer look at the compass, it possesses a red tip at the very top. Okay, as you can see, we have the compass here. And the red tip represents the direction that your life is heading in. And each person has this internal direction compass that they follow. And many people's directional compass has been programmed not for success, but actually for failure. If you look at this slide right here, you have one compass all the way to the right, to the bottom, pointed towards success. The one to the left is towards failure. The one on top is closer to success, but in between success and mediocrity. Okay, so we do follow this. If we take a closer look at the tip or the arrow of the compass, we can take a look at what it's built upon. Okay, and we've color coded each and every part. So beliefs and principles are the foundation for constructing a successful internal compass. Principles and beliefs. These beliefs and principles are usually established by whoever raised you. Think about it for a second. Your belief systems, your religion. Who gave that to you? More than likely, your parents. If you were born into a Christian family, you're probably Christian. If you were born into a Jewish family, you're probably Jewish, and so on and so forth. But religion is something that has basically been given to you by somebody else. Same with principles. You know, think about religion for a second. It's based upon principles. Who gave you those principles? Somebody else. A lot of people have not sat down and actually built their own internal compass. So along with beliefs and principles, you also have vocabulary. Where does your vocabulary come from? Well, you could say books. People who read, they get different vocabulary from books. But also your family. Whoever raised you, whoever you're around, you're going to develop the same vocabulary. How can you be certain that all of these beliefs and principles and vocabulary are worthy of possessing? Okay, and this is where you start to question your belief system, your principles, your vocabulary. Along with your beliefs, your principles, and vocabulary, you also have value systems. Okay, Just like the principles and beliefs, many of our values are passed on to us by whoever reared us, whoever raised us. Okay? Just like the little drawing represents there, money, that's a value. Do you value money? Do you value relationships with your family? Once again, you have to start questioning where these values came from and start implementing your own values. And the first part of this is to recognize that perhaps you weren't the person who put this into place. Along with values, you also have standards. Your standards, of course, are what you're looking for and at what level. Our standards are what level we're willing to strive for or perhaps settle for. Many times our standards are built upon our belief system. And then you have to question, where did these standards come from? A lot of people say, well, rich people, it's multi-generational. Rich people have rich kids. Poor people have poor kids. Well, maybe we have to examine our own standards and see if they're correct for us. Along with our standards and values, vocabulary, beliefs, and principles, is our goals. Our goals are built upon our standards and values. Whether or not we accomplish our goals is totally dependent upon our ability to believe that we can achieve them. Okay? Many people's goals are simply impotent. They're simply not good enough goals. And perhaps we need to examine our goals along with our standards and values that they sit upon. Okay, above our goals is our ambition. Okay, that's what we strive for. And our ambition, it's actually supported by our habits, our daily habits, and it sits upon our goals, which are supported by our standards and values and vocabulary and beliefs and principles. Okay. Our habits can either support our ambition or cripple them. So if you think about it this way, if you have a habit of going out and exercising every day, that's a supportive habit. Okay? If you're a person that's smoking cigarettes, that's also a habit. Okay? And I don't know what kind of ambition that's going to support, but you have to examine each and every habit that you have. And finally, our life's direction sits atop our success pyramid, if you will. Okay? Our success pyramid, of course, is the point on our compass, and it sits above our ambition. And that's truly what magnetizes us towards success. So beliefs, vocabulary, principles, values, standards, and habits can all be changed by simply changing your awareness. Okay? Starting to read great books, starting to watch YouTube videos by people who have been there and done that. People who have different principles, different value systems, different standards. Perhaps they have what you want. Find out what their goals are. Find out what their habits are. And then start changing your magnetism by changing your habits, changing your values, changing your standards and your vocabulary, and perhaps even your principles. So once the directional tip is placed on the foundation, the internal compass will lead people in the direction that it's programmed. So if you're not moving towards success, and perhaps your life is mediocre at best, or perhaps flat out you've been failing up until now, maybe it's time to change your internal compass. Okay? And what I'm going to recommend for you to do, each week we're going to be adding content onto this YouTube channel. And if you're looking to magnetize your compass towards success, you can find the principles, standards, values, vocabulary, and proper habits to support the ambition and magnetize you in the success direction. Okay? So hopefully we'll see you on our next video. Until then, just remember, change your mind and improve your life.